I'm excited to share this great opportunity, this wonderful opportunity with this company called myEcon. MyEcon is short for My Economy. And when the founders of this company decided to start a company, they really wanted to focus on the individual's personal financial success. And so that's why we named the company myEcon. Now, as we go into our presentation today, I just want to tell you a few little things about the company itself. myEcon is a 12-year-old debt-free, technology-driven company based right here in Atlanta, Georgia. And one of the most important pieces is that we've helped our associates cash flow over $400 million. Now, we do call ourselves the Personal Financial Success Company. So what does personal financial success mean to myEcon? Personal financial success means having enough cash flow to support our lifestyles during our working years, as well as having enough cash flow to support our lifestyles during our retirement years. Now, to attain financial success, you need to do two things. You need more cash flow to support your current lifestyle. Many people are living paycheck to paycheck, and some extra cash flow on a monthly basis would definitely help alleviate some of that stress. But you also need to have enough surplus of cash flow left over so that you can invest that and build passive income for your retirement, or what we like to call your financial freedom years. Now, today I'm going to be sharing with you how to do a technique called income shifting, and this has helped our associates generate cash flow in 5 unique ways. Let's talk about those 5 new cash flow streams. The first is correcting tax withholding. The second is minimizing taxes on business income. The third is generating business income. The fourth is debt elimination. And the fifth is creating passive income. Now, I want to take the next 15-20 minutes to go into each one of these new cash flow streams, starting with correcting tax withholding. Now, we know that 80% of employees have too much money withheld from their paychecks for taxes. How do we know this? If you go to the IRS's website and do some research, the IRS reported that in 2016, of all the tax returns that came in, 83% of them resulted in a tax refund, and that the average tax refund was $3,100. So what's the big deal? The big deal is that your money has value. And if you allow the government to hold your money all year long without paying you any interest on that money, you lose that value. So what we do here at myEcon is we show people how to maximize their take-home pay, which can then be used for investing or debt elimination. Typically, by correcting your tax withholding, the average person could put an extra $200 to $500 a month back into their monthly household. And this is our first cash flow stream. Let's talk about our second cash flow stream, which is minimizing taxes on business income. You see, I believe that if you're a taxpayer, you should have a home-based business. Why? Because there are 2 tax codes in America. There's the tax code for the haves and the tax code for the have-nots. Now, when people hear me say that, they think I'm talking about the rich and the poor, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about a tax code for those that have a Schedule C and for those that have not a Schedule C. You see, with a Schedule C and having a business, you're able to turn your ordinary expenses into business deductions. When you turn those into business deductions, you lower the taxes that you have to actually pay. When you lower the taxes, the money that you don't have to pay to the government now goes back into your pockets. Let's take a look at some ordinary expenses that you probably have that can be converted to business deductions. The first is car and truck expenses. You see, most people on this call have a vehicle. They use that vehicle to drive back and forth to work every day. They put gas in the vehicle. They have maintenance for the vehicle, oil, tire changes. They have taxes that they have to pay on the vehicle. And these are expenses that you're going to incur anyway. But once you have a home-based business, myEcon can teach you how to turn a portion of these expenses into business deductions. That's called shifting your income. We're taking the same amount of money that we're going to pay on these expenses anyway, and we're going to shift that through our business, creating a business deduction. Let's take a look at another expense that we typically have. We got communications. Many of you that are watching this, you're watching this from your cell phone. Maybe you're watching it from your laptop or your tablet. You've got access to the internet. All of those tools and services are communication tools. And when you have a business, you can write those things off, running it through your business. Without a business, they're just expenses. So we're going to take your everyday expenses, turn those expenses into business deductions, and then write those business deductions off on your Schedule C. This is called income shifting. We're shifting our income. Let's take a look at the third, travel. Now, we've got the two biggest holidays that are coming up. We got Thanksgiving and Christmas, and there are going to be millions of Americans that are going to be traveling during these two holidays. Most people are just going to have an expense, but those of us that are in myEcon, we know that we can turn our holiday travel into business deductions. We can write off our airfare. We can write off our hotel. We can write off our rental cars. We can even write off the meals that we have while we're visiting family and friends for the holiday season. Ladies and gentlemen, we're taking the same money that we were going to spend anyway. We run that through our business and we create what we call income shifting. Let's take a look at meals and entertainment. You know, the Floyd Mayweather fight was not too long ago, and people had people over at their home. They celebrated the fight. They bought the fight package, $100 pay-per-view. They had food at the house. They had beverages, and their friends came over, and they had a great time. And millions of people across the United States did this. Now, for most people, they just had an expense. They had a good time, but they had an expense. But for those that are in myEcon, they did the same exact thing, but they learned how to run that through their business. So they ran the pay-per-view through their business. They ran the meals and the food and the beverages through their business. And because of that, they were able to shift their income and write off that entertainment. Finally, wages. Many of us have children. And if you have children, you know that there are going to be some costs that you're going to have to spend money on. There's the back-to-school clothes. There's the uniforms if they're playing any type of sports. If they're in cheerleading, there's cheerleading uniforms. If they're in band, there's band instruments. And if they're going to field trips, you got to give them some money for that. So we're going to spend money on our children anyway. But once you have a business, you can shift that money that you're going to spend anyway through your business, pay for those expenses by hiring your child and then paying your child a salary, which now becomes a business deduction. And with that salary, the child can now purchase all of the things that you were going to purchase anyway. The school clothes, the band instruments, the uniforms, all of those things can now flow through the salary, which now creates a business deduction. So ladies and gentlemen, these are just 5 examples of taking ordinary expenses that you already have, running them through your business, creating a business deduction. And when you create that business deduction could literally put hundreds of dollars per month back into your pockets. Let's take a look at our third cash flow stream, which is business income. Now, we don't start businesses just so that we can get the business deductions. The business deductions is a nice byproduct of having a business. We want to start a business so that we can actually earn some extra income through that business. And myEcon offers what we call our world-class business system. It's like a franchise, and everything is already set for you. All you have to do is just get started. And when you get started with myEcon, you're going to receive this thing called the Financial Success Membership. Now, I'm going to take a few minutes telling you what's inside of this Financial Success Membership. The first thing is the income shifting strategy. Now, you saw on the previous slide, I showed you 5 different ways to shift your income. But did you realize that there are over 475 ways to shift your income if you're a small business owner? That's right, 475 different ways to shift your income. We're going to teach you how to shift your income. We also offer the Cash Flow Manager software. This is included with your membership. You see, the IRS says, yes, you can start a business. Yes, you can write off your vehicle expenses. Yes, you can write off your travel. Yes, you can write off your meals and entertainment. But the IRS says that you must maintain proper documents. And so the cash flow manager software allows you to properly document your expenses so that you can create those business deductions. Identity theft protection. You know, everybody's heard of the Equifax breach. There was 143 million people that have been affected by this breach. We want to make sure that we protect our identity, and identity theft protection is included with your membership. We've got free and discount legal services. At some point in your life, you're going to want to write a will. Maybe you're going to buy a home and you need an attorney. Those types of services are available so that you can receive discount services on attorneys. Credit education services. You know, we've got a credit repair program that allows you to understand how to fix and repair your credit yourself. Everything from how to pull your credit report, how to read your credit report, how to dispute the negative items that are on your credit report. We even have template letters that you can send to the credit bureaus to remove those negative items. And then finally, in that membership, we have discount, travel, and corporate perks. See, we've got a large membership. And because we have that large membership, we can get discount travel. And you get the travel at the lowest rate possible. And then when you're done with your travel, the interesting thing is that you get cash for traveling. So very, very great situation, a win-win situation with that. Now, we've talked about the membership and what you get as a member, but when you're starting a business, you have to have products and services that you're actually retailing to the general public. So I want to talk about our powerful retail strategy right now. We have our ID Defender. You get this free when you're a member, but you can also retail this to the general public. And not only does it protect the individual's ID, but it also protects the entire family. We've got a family program that covers up to 5 family members. A really, really great product. Smart Money System. This comes again as a member of myEcon. You receive this absolutely free with no cost. It comes into your membership. But you can also retail this to the general public so that they can learn how to fix and repair their credit as well. How about our cash flow manager? Once again, this is something that automatically comes with your membership, but you can retail this to small businesses who need to track their expenses. What small businesses need to track their expenses? Well, I'll give you an example. I travel all the time and I use Uber a lot. And every time I get in the car with an Uber driver, I ask them, are they tracking their miles? And they do not track their miles. And so those are types of individuals who are 1099, and they need software just like this to be able to track their expenses. We've got the travel. So not only can you get discount travel for yourself, but you can get discount travel for your clients and customers. And when they travel, you get paid. Nutrition and healthy beverages are on the rise. Everybody wants to have good health. We've got great nutrition and healthy beverages. And finally, we have our cashback mall. We've got thousands of stores that you're already shopping at. And if you're going to shop at those stores anyway, it just makes sense that you get cash back when you do so. Stores like Walmart, Home Depot, Best Buy are just to name a few of the many stores that you can shop at through your cashback mall and receive cash back. Now, we've talked about the discount products and services. Let's now talk about our compensation plan. We call this our world-class compensation plan. And when you join myEcon, you come in as a marketing director. Now, as a marketing director, there are 2 ways that you can get promoted to the first position of executive vice president. The first way is you could sell $200 worth of personal CV volume. Not a problem. Or you can start introducing this income shifting concept to other people. And when 2 people decide to get started in myEcon, you get promoted to an executive vice president. Now, as an executive vice president, you'll receive up to 100% of personal sales volume or sales commission. You can also receive up to 85% of team sales, but it doesn't stop there. Every time you personally introduce someone to income shifting and they decide they want to get started with myEcon, you receive a bonus of $35 the very next week. And when they get started in myEcon and start introducing income shifting to others, and those people get started, you receive $25 for every person that enters inside of your base shop. Now you got to ask yourself, how many people would want to learn how to shift their income? How many people would want to learn how to take expenses that they're already spending money on and turn those into business deductions? Well, let me answer that for you. Everybody. So think about the amount of $35 and $25 checks that you can receive when everybody that you know is introduced to the concept of income shifting. But listen, the last part is the best part. The last part is called unlimited residual income. Residual income is when you work one time and get paid over and over and over again for that work that you did once. Wouldn't it be nice if your job did that? Wouldn't it be nice if you went to work on Monday and worked a full 8 hours and then didn't have to work for the rest of the month because it just kept paying you over and over and over again? Well, unfortunately, it doesn't work that way on our jobs, but it does work that way in myEcon. You see, when you get started in myEcon, you can earn anywhere from $5 to $10 per active associate on your team. So let's say you get started today, and 6 months from now, you and your team have brought in 200 people who want to learn how to income shift. Now, that's not 200 people that you brought in by yourself. That's 200 people that you and your team members have brought in. And you receive an average of $5 per person. That's $1,000 a month of residual income. And that's not residual income off of just what you've done, but it's residual income off of what you and your team have done. So now, if you can make $1,000, do you think you can make more? Absolutely. So at the end of 6 months, you just say, you know what, I think I'm going to stick around in this thing a little bit longer. Let's just say 12 to 18 months later, your team is 1,000 people strong. Not 1,000 people that you sponsored, but 1,000 people that you and your team have brought on board and introduced to income shifting. With 1,000 people, you're going to average about $10 a person. That's $10,000 a month of residual income on an ongoing basis, month after month. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a part-time business teaching people how to take their everyday expenses and turn them into business deductions. This is possible. 1,000 people at the end of 12 to 18 months would net you a $120,000 a year business, a part-time business, I might add. So this is our world-class compensation, and you can see why we call it world-class. The next stream that I want to talk about is our fourth cash flow stream, which is called debt elimination. Now, in this example, we're going to take an extra $1,000 and we're going to pay off our debt. Now, where does that $1,000 come from? It comes from the first three cash flow streams that I talked about. If you remember, I talked about correcting your tax withholding. That puts an extra $200 to $500 a month back into your pocket. I talked about minimizing taxes from business income. That can put a couple $100 back into your pocket on a monthly basis. And then we talked about business income, generating income each time you teach someone how to income shift. That again could put anywhere from a couple hundred to thousands of dollars a month in your pocket. So when we get to this fourth cash flow stream and we use $1,000 as extra money that we've generated on a monthly basis, that's pretty conservative. And what we're going to do here is we're going to look at some of our creditors. We've got a car note, we've got a Visa card, we also have a mortgage. Now on our car note, we have a $17,000 balance loan. We got a minimum payment of $545. We're going to take that $1,000 that we got from our first three cash flow streams, add it to our minimum payment, which gives us a new payment of $1,545. We're going to knock out our car payment in 12 months versus the 32 months it would have taken us if we had just applied the minimum payment. Now, at the end of 12 months, when the car is paid for, we've got $1,545 that we used to spend on a car note. We're now going to roll that $1,545 into our next debt, which is a Visa card. We got an $8,000 balance with a $200 minimum payment. We're going to take the $200, add it to the $1,545. That gives us a new payment of $1,745. We're going to pay off our car in 5 months versus not our car. We're going to pay off our Visa in 5 months versus the 78 months it would have taken us had we applied the minimum payment. Now, at the end of 5 months, we've got $1,745 left over. What do we do with that? Well, of course, we're going to roll that into our next debt. We got a $200,000 mortgage with a minimum payment of $1,200. The $1,745 plus the $1,200 gives us a new payment of $2,945. We're going to wipe out our mortgage in 68 months versus the 360 months it would have taken us if we had just applied our minimum payment. Now, let's take a look at what just happened here. We have totally eliminated $225,000 worth of debt in 85 months. That's 7 years and 1 month. Now, I heard someone say, well, June, 7 years and 1 month, that's a long time. I said, well, what you're discounting is the fact that we've eliminated all of our debt, including our mortgage, which was a 30-year mortgage. So when you compare 30 years to 7 years, it doesn't seem that long. But more importantly, we've eliminated or saved ourselves $352,000. This is $352,000 that we would have paid in interest payments alone if we had just maintained our minimum payment. Now notice, the interest that we would have paid is larger than the principal of the money that we borrowed. That's pretty interesting. And then at the end of those 68 months, we've got $2,945 per month for either lifestyle or investing. Now, someone asked me, what do you mean by lifestyle? What does lifestyle mean? Lifestyle is taking that money and doing whatever you please with it because it is cash that has come back into your pockets on a monthly basis. It can mean getting a new car. It can mean buying clothes, going on vacation. But before you do that, remember we said that there were 5 new cash flow streams. This is our 4th cash flow stream. So what I want to introduce you to is our 5th and final cash flow stream, and probably what I think is the best, and that is creating passive income. So see, what we're going to do is we're going to take that $2,945 that used to go towards debt, and we're going to start investing. We're going to become an investor. And $2,945 invested on a monthly basis is $35,340 a year. Now, many people prior to this presentation could have never imagined that they can invest that type of money on a yearly basis. But if you follow the 5 cash flow streams, by the time you get to the 5th cash flow stream, this can be a reality in your life. Now, $35,000 invested at 8% return would turn into $538,000 in 10 years. And an 8% return is pretty conservative. We can show you where you can get 8, 10, 12% rates of return. But now, if you are patient and wait an additional 5 years for a total of 15 years, your money would grow to $1,019,000. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you have now become a cash millionaire. That's right. You've got $1 million cash in your investment portfolio. This is pretty powerful. And this is something that each one of you on this call can do. All of the 5 cash flow streams that I have shared with you today do not require any special type of skill. They just require training, you learning the system and then working the system and applying it. Now, if you're a guest here on the call today, I know that you're probably sitting on the edge of your seat saying, how do I get started? Well, when you sign up today, you're going to receive a personalized website. This website will contain all of the things, all of the tools that you need to get started. All of your products will be listed there. All of the reporting is in your back office so you can keep track of your business and you get this world-class business system. Well, June, I know you keep saying world-class business system. What do you mean by that? Well, a world-class business system like myEcon, think about it. You've got products and services that you sell, but you don't have to inventory anything. We take care of your inventory for you. You don't have to ship anything. We've got shipping here that takes care of that for you. You don't have to worry about customer service because your customers call our customer service department and we take care of your customers for you. You don't even have to worry about accounting for your team as you build a team because we will take care of the accounting and we will send out the checks to you and your team members. So that's what we mean by a world-class business system. Also included, don't forget, you get the financial success membership. Now, if you forgot what was included in that, I'm going to remind you once more. You get the income shifting strategies. Remember, there are 475 ways to shift your income. You also get the cash flow management software. See, we want to make sure that we do exactly what the IRS asks us to do, and we want to keep good records, and this software will help you do that. You also receive identity theft protection. That's included. Protecting your identity is huge, and if by some chance you're part of that 143 million people whose credit has been stolen, if something should happen, if your ID is compromised, this ID Defender, this identity theft product has a $1 million insurance policy to help you get your ID back on track. We also have the free and discount legal services for any attorneys that you might need, discount services. We have credit education that teaches you how to fix and repair your credit. We offer discount travel and corporate perks. And ladies and gentlemen, all of this works because of this one last thing, because of the valuable tax benefits that you receive by having a home-based business. Remember, I said earlier, there are two tax codes in America, those that have a Schedule C and those that have not a Schedule C. And by being in business for yourself, you can now become part of the group of people that have a Schedule C. And you get started today in this company called myEcon. Now, the cost of the program is only $34.95 per month. That's right. You just pay for the membership and you get all of the benefits that go along with this awesome opportunity. So what I want to do is I want to encourage you to get back with the person who invited you to this call. Let them know that you're excited. You want to learn how to income shift, and you want to learn how to income shift today, not tomorrow, not next week, but today.